Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Rachel Coletta, and in today's video I wanted to talk to you guys about purpose. This is such a common question and such a common dynamic that people wrestle with. It's something that often gets brought up in my client sessions, that people are trying to chase purpose or find their purpose. And there seems to be this feeling that if someone can tell them their purpose, or if they know their purpose, that everything will fall into place, they can move into their purpose, and everything is blissful from then on forward. And I would like to, in this video, talk to you guys about what is purpose and what is not purpose, and maybe reframe it for you guys in a way that I think is a much more useful understanding and that will help you to actually tap into and utilize your purpose, which is so important. We need people who are expressing and connected with their purpose in this world. It is inspiring, it uplifts us all, so we need you and we need your purpose. I want to begin by talking about first what purpose is not. So purpose is not a destination. It's not a place to land or to get to, or that really you can ever be completely separate from. Lots of people seem to have this perception that if they can discover this purpose, this thing outside of them, and align themselves with it, that have this proverbial circle in the sand, and if they can land inside of it and be in their purpose, that would bring them complete fulfillment. And a lot of people also think of purpose as being synonymous with a career. So I am going to maybe kind of radically say here that your purpose is not a destination and your purpose is not a career. What your purpose is it is the flavor, the expression of your soul stream, the specific energy that is you, which in another way could be said your talents, your gifts. Really, purpose is a path. It is, I like to think of it or call it a path of purpose. One way that this has been described or illustrated for me by guides, either in sessions or for myself actually, I think initially, is my guides talked about purpose as being an unfoldment process. You can think of this like a flower bud opening. When a flower is in a tight little bud, it's not that it's off its purpose. It's not on purpose. It is still on its purpose. This is just a specific expression of its purpose along its journey as a flower. As that flower begins to bloom and then open further and open further, these are all expressions along its path of purpose. So I would like to invite you to think of your purpose as an expression of your soul stream. I have a few notes here I'm just going to take a peek at. Yes, it's what you intended to bring through and play with when you incarnated here, because it brings you joy and expansion, and it's a specific match to what others are craving and asking for their expansion and joy. So again, the purpose and career are not synonymous. Of course, there can be overlap, and you can certainly create a career around your purpose, but lots of people, when they're asking or trying to discover their purpose, they are almost doing it with an energy of a synonymous intent of, what career should I choose? What job should I pick? What am I meant to do here? And especially, I think, in our Western society, we tend to think of what are we meant to do here as being synonymous with a career. And that's just something that's been ingrained into us in our society. So I want to invite you here to unlock those a little bit and start thinking of your purpose as separate from a career. And then once you've done that, you can also begin to consider how you could, if you're called to, create a career around your purpose. If that's something that you're pulled to and that's important to you, that is absolutely something that is an option and available to you here in this expression of your soul. So I want to give a few examples. I thought that maybe the easiest way to illustrate this would be to give you guys a few examples of some purposes that I've come into contact with, either through client sessions, through, friends or family that I've worked with. And I actually even thought of a few just well-known people to kind of pull in some different ideas here, feeling into their energy. So some examples of soul stream purpose, how this comes through, is it could be something like a keeper of wisdom, could be a soul purpose. A healer and bringer of light to dark places, that can be a soul purpose. Nurturer and holder of hearts. Storyteller and unveiler of realms. Explorer, adventurer, and broadener of horizons. A teacher of teachers. A bringer of joy and a granter of permission. So if you start to think about these different flavors of energy, of purpose of a soul stream, you can see how they could be expressed in multiple careers and maybe even not be expressed in a career at all, but in someone's day-to-day life. It's not, I don't think, useful to compartmentalize it here and say, well, there's the career or there's me, my day-to-day life. Your purpose is something that in some ways is going to be consistently bleeding through because it is you. So you can see here, let's dive into a little more deeply into one of these examples. So someone who maybe has a life purpose that sounds like or feels like a bringer of joy and a granter of permission. So maybe there are people out there who are really needing someone to set that energetic set point of joy to help them raise their vibration. And they're really needing someone to, in their own unique way, help grant them permission to pursue certain callings or certain ideas or certain passions. And someone who has this as a life purpose, there could be many ways that this could be expressed just in their day-to-day life, how they interact with friends, family, strangers, what they create in this world, as well as a career. So someone who has a bringer of joy and a granter of permission as a life purpose, this could be a life coach who has a very specific energy that is very joyful and really helps their clients feel empowered to take action on their secret desires. This could also be an actor, somebody who, through the roles that they play, they bring joy and they push boundaries of the types of energy that we think of or as existing as a personality, that through that pushing of those boundaries grants us permission to explore those areas of ourselves. So when looking for our purpose, searching for and identifying our purpose, I think it's so important to start with feeling into your undercurrent of soul stream energy before trying to decide or land on how am I going to actualize this in the world, because you really don't need to push the actualization. It will be naturally coming through. In fact, if you, in a rare case that there's somebody who's completely 100% suppressing their purpose, this is going to bring up a lot of personal issues in their life. For most of us, our purpose is going to be bleeding through in little cracks in our lives in tons of ways that you just have not taken notice of. So let's see here. Yes, okay, so you incarnate with the energy of your soul stream, and as a creative or creator being, which we all are, you get to decide once you're here on this earth how you're going to express and play with and bring to life that soul stream energy that you inherently hold. Some of us do incarnate with specific plans to experiment with different specific careers, but that's not all of us. And regardless of if that is you, you still have a specific soul stream energy or purpose, and it is up to you to be creative, be a creator being, and experiment with how you're bringing that into your career or into your life in general. And the other thing that's really important to mention is that this will likely change over time, and I'll go ahead and use myself as an example. I have a strong soul stream energy as a healer. And I, in high school and college, for a little while was pre-med and studied a bunch of anatomy and physiology and was thinking about actually being a doctor. I didn't end up going through with that, but I did major in psychology, and for a while also entertained the idea of being a therapist or a counselor. Fast forward several years, and I was a health coach. I also worked as a personal chef and caterer for a healthful and vegan cuisine. And before I landed on and really opened up to my abilities as an energy worker. So you can see there are flavors of my soul stream that was always coming through. When I was a child, I loved to, nurture and find the sick or injured animals, or, the kids that were kind of the outcasts of the group, and bring them into the fold and lift them up. So this is energy that was always being expressed. So that's another thing that is a great clue, is look back at what you were like as a child, what you were like growing up. How do you, if you're in a job or a career right now that doesn't feel hugely aligned, how do you show up in your social interactions there? Are you the person who's always, telling fun stories and jokes to your coworkers? That could denote a storyteller type of energy. Are you the type of person who's, always nurturing and helping and being a listening ear to your colleagues or coworkers? These all denote and start to point us to our soul stream flavor and purpose. So another thing that's important to mention about our purpose is that it is very likely for the majority of us that your soul stream flavor of purpose is something that you've brought through and anchored through in other lifetimes. Because it is such a inherent and broad aspect of the flavor of our soul, it is very likely that there's been other lifetimes, oftentimes multiple or several lifetimes, where you've brought through this purpose. So if you have any past life memories or things that you resonate with that feel familiar but maybe not completely, don't completely make sense in terms of their familiarity with your life history and circumstance, that could also point you to areas of your purpose. And what's really beautiful and amazing is as you open yourself up to being on this path of purpose, you will be able to start to access and pull in the skills and experiences related to that path of purpose that you've learned in other lifetimes, and use them and utilize them here. So it really is a situation of you can pull through and benefit from the experience and knowledge that you've gained through all of your soul's experiences with this soul stream in this lifetime, which is amazing. All right, I hope that that's been helpful for you guys and helped you to start to reimagine and re-feel into how you define and connect with your purpose. Your purpose is so special, and how you are going to express it and share it and engage with it and interact with it here in this expression of your soul in this incarnation is up to you. It's so unique, and you can play with it. You can have fun with it. In fact, I would encourage you to do so, to take some of the pressure off and take some of the seriousness off of trying to find something that feels like it's always eluding you or escaping you or outside of you. You can't escape your purpose. It is there, it is inside of you, and I guarantee you that it is bleeding out through you in ways that you may not be aware of. So happy purposeful playing, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe to my channel. And if you know someone who is currently struggling with finding their purpose and would benefit from this information, please do share the video. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Much love. Bye-bye.